Hello and welcome to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. I am Craig Forrestall. I am That Sports Guy. Go ahead and find me on Twitter at that_sports_guy, where you can find all of my latest football takes. Also, NFLDraftDiamonds.com is proud to feature the That Sports Guy podcast on its website. Stop by NFLDraftDiamonds.com, your official draft coverage king. Hello and welcome to another player profile interview. Today I am lucky to have with me Dustin Crouser, linebacker, West Virginia State. But before we get into it, I am Craig Forrestall. This is That Sports Guys podcast, which can also be found on NFLDraftDiamonds.com. Dustin, how's it going?
What's up, Craig? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good, but not as good as you. You got a day off from work, so thank you for making the time to be with us on your day off.
I really appreciate you having me.
But you know what? We can't leave the listeners hanging. They got to want to know, what type of work are you doing?
I'm actually weed eating for the water company this summer. It's not a bad little gig. It keeps me in shape. So,
hey, nothing wrong with that. Getting paid to stay in shape. I'll take that any day of the week. But Dustin, I got to start off with Cross Lanes, West Virginia. That's your hometown. What was it like growing up in Cross Lanes?
I wouldn't trade Cross Lanes for the world, man. It was a perfect little small town atmosphere. But you got everything you need there. It's actually the biggest not unincorporated city, or I guess it would be town, in America. So that's a fun fact about Cross Lanes, West Virginia. But
wow.
Yeah, I love every second of growing up there, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And now growing up there, like you said, you had everything you need, and including on your high school team, an NFL player in Ryan Switzer. If you could just talk about how crazy good that team must have been with you and him teaming up.
Yeah, so actually I decided to go into Charleston, which Cross Lanes is actually 10 minutes outside of Charleston. So I decided to go into Charleston to go to high school, and I actually decided to team up with Ryan just because growing up, me and him were just competing against each other. And finally, I got tired of losing to him. So I was like, might as well just join this guy and see what we can do from there.
Now, was there ever a moment when you were in a practice or in a game and you just caught yourself saying, man, I can't believe he just did that?
Oh, many a times. First, it would be playing against him. I mean, we were playing against each other in 7th grade. And he single-handedly put the team on his back and beat us in overtime. And I was just like, wow, this man is really special. And then in high school, every game, he's jaw-dropping plays. So you got to give your hats off to that guy.
And, you weren't exactly a slouch either. You found yourself at a D1 school at a high school following a couple of all-state honors. You decided to go to Charlotte. And then after Charlotte, you took a chance on transferring to West Virginia. After West Virginia, you took some time away from the game, and now you're an All-American linebacker at West Virginia State. Dustin, that is quite the full circle of a college career. Just take me through the ride and how it's been for you.
It's definitely been a roller coaster of emotions and victories. I started out at Charlotte as an 18, 19-year-old kid out of high school from West Virginia. I hadn't left home very much. But I got down there and I was successful. And I wouldn't trade those moments for the world. I learned so much there. I built so many connections. And, things didn't work out exactly the way I thought they would. And, I decided to come back home and take a chance on West Virginia. And West Virginia didn't work out the way I thought it would either. So at that point, I'm thinking, hey, I don't know if I'm even going to play football again. So then 2 years, maybe even 2.5 years goes by, and I'm just working 2 different jobs, trying to make ends meet. And eventually I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back to school. I've already started, so I might as well finish. And West Virginia State is actually one exit away from Cross Lanes, West Virginia. So it's pretty much my local hometown school. So I was like, I'm going to finish school there. So I decided to enroll in school, and I had some buddies that I hung out with on the football team. They were in my ear all the time, trying to get me to rejoin the team. You still got it, man. Yeah, you're only 2 years removed, and eventually, I got in contact with the head coach, and he got me in there, and the rest I just took care of the rest from there.
So now, if you went back to school not planning on, I guess playing football, how hard was it for you to get back into a football body or football shape?
It was easily one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I mean, I had my doubts from day one that I would ever be back in the shape that I wanted to be in to do it. And, if you would have told me 3 years ago that I'd be where I am today, I would definitely probably not believe you. And that just goes to show how the mindset I had when I went into this is I'm going to do it because I want to do it for myself, and I'm just going to attack every day. And, as the days went on, it got easier and easier. And I just going to keep pushing it some more.
And that first season back, you were productive and you were a solid piece of the team defensively. But it was really last season where you had your coming out party and football came back to you 100%. The school website credits you with 132 total tackles on the season, earning All-American honors. Dustin, what are you looking for pre-snap? What are your keys? What you kind of take us through your keys pre-snap and what your mindset is and some of the things you look for?
Well, I mainly credit my coaches for getting me ready to play every Saturday. They put me in the right positions, right schemes. But when I'm out there, I'm mainly looking at the read guard center fullback or guard tackle fullback, because in our defense we leverage the fullback a lot. So I'm mainly looking at those things, but it's mainly just studying film and knowing where to be and anticipating where the ball's going to be by tendencies and all that. And those things will really help you if you just study those things. And then when you get out there, it's just snap of a finger and you got to decide what you're going to do.
And today's game is changing. It's becoming more wide open, and more teams want linebackers that can cover, but they also want linebackers that can still come downhill and deliver a beating. You can do both. How were you able to mix that big hitter attitude with coverage skills?
Well, when I play, I obviously want to be a physical inside linebacker. That's the bread and butter of a inside Mike linebacker. But I've honestly been trying my hardest this offseason to perfect my coverage skills. The physical stuff is going to be there, but I've just been working on my feet and, hips and all that just to be able to cover guys, because that's really what it comes down to if you want to play at the next level. So I've been focused on that this offseason, and I'm excited to see where it'll take me this season.
And you're talking about this season, and I need to know, just coming up short of a conference championship, that had to leave a bad taste, not only in your mouth, but for the rest of the team. What are you guys hoping for? What are the goals that you have set forward for this season?
I mean, we're 100% focused, me, my teammates, and the whole community, of bringing the first MEC championship to West Virginia State University. That's been my goal since I've been here. That's all I want to do is win a ring with these guys, and I think we have the guys to do it right now. And Coach Pennington's really in our ear right now about this buying in, and it's really sinking in right now. And I feel something good coming with these guys, and I'm really excited.
And you talked about bringing the first conference championship home to West Virginia State, and that's been a personal goal of yours. But also, aside from winning the championship, what are some other individual goals that you have for the upcoming season?
Honestly, at this point in my career, I just want to be the best leader to my younger teammates that look up to me that I can possibly be. That to me is more important than any personal accolades. I just want to be someone that they can look up to and know that I'm going to do the right thing every day and show up to put my nose to the grindstone and do what the team needs. And that's honestly the only personal goal that I have. And I believe that if I do that, the rest of it will take care of itself.
Now, you talked about, getting a chance at the next level. We briefly touched upon that. It came up in an answer. So I want to draw back on that. And I want to ask you, where do you think you fit best at the next level? Is it inside in a 3-4 or a 4-man front? Or do you think that you do have the versatility to also maybe step outside in a 4-3?
Well, I've played in a 3-4 as both inside linebackers at Charlotte. At West Virginia, we're going to run or West Virginia State, we're going to run 3 linebackers. I'll be the Mike interior linebacker. But I'm definitely comfortable stepping outside and playing outside linebacker. I feel comfortable with my coverage skills and being able to play outside the box more and more each day. So I feel like I can fit it anywhere, and having versatility is key these days. So I'm really working on that.
And Dustin, we've spent a lot of time getting to know you on the field, and we've talked about your accomplishments. But now, if you'll be a good sport and if you'll go with me, I'm going to hit you with a question that's probably going to catch you off guard, and that's, what is the song you are embarrassed to admit you like?
Oh, wow. I would probably have to go with The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
A little Miley Cyrus. All right.
Can never go wrong with that.
I haven't gotten that answer before, so you get to wear the crown on the first for that one. Now, Dustin, what's the dream car?
Oh, goodness. Growing up, it was always Lamborghini. That was just a word that caught my eye, or caught my ear, I should say. Lambo, for sure.
All right. And now, what's been the most memorable or interesting class you've taken in college?
Honestly, I would say Spanish. I really enjoy Spanish class. It intrigues me to try to learn another language, and I want to be fluent in Spanish someday. So when I got in Spanish class, I got in there and took it very serious, got a good grade, made a good connection with the teacher. So that class always stood out to me.
Awesome. What's the best restaurant near campus?
Easily Ridgeview. It's a barbecue place. It's right off campus. They give you a student discount. It's just, you can't beat it.
What do I need to order from there?
I'll go with the pulled pork sandwich platter, but I've heard the Stinger. It's named after our mascot, the Yellow Jackets. The Stinger Burger. I've heard it's the best burger around.
Really? What do they have on it? It makes me sound like it could be a little dangerous, a little spicy.
Yeah, it has mozzarella sticks. It's a big old burger. It has mozzarella sticks, some spicy sauce on it. I've heard it's great.
Yeah, it sounds like it is. And now, Dustin, let's go ahead. Let's finish it up with, if you won $1 million and could only donate it to one charity or one cause, what would it be?
Definitely right now, the Black Lives Matter movement. I stand with my teammates behind all this turmoil that's going on in the world right now, and I would easily donate it to the Black Lives Matter movement.
That's very powerful. And for our listeners that may not be familiar, West Virginia State is an HBCU, a historically black college and university. So when Dustin says he stands with his teammates, that is what he is referring to, in my assumption. So
exactly.
Now, Dustin, before we get out of here, what is the one thing that we need to be on the lookout for this season with the West Virginia State football program?
Well, we're just trying to build the toughest, most connected team in the country, and we're going to come to play every Saturday. Just look out for the Yellow Jackets to play as hard and as tough as possible. That's all I got.
You heard it here first. West Virginia State is coming with a toughness like none other this season. For Dustin Crouser, I am Craig Forstall. Until next time, stay safe and be easy. Hey everybody, Craig Forstall. Thanks for tuning in and listening to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast.
Make sure to follow me on Twitter at that_sports_guy to catch all the latest updates and podcast episodes. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.